Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 5 of the VDL. This is so exciting because I feel like it's been a minute, and I know it hasn't for you. I am late on my upload for Sunday, but that's fine. But this is actually, we're playing this in the week 6 week, just because of the whole tournament this weekend and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much housekeeping. We're playing ThatCommonBoi and the Salt Lake Garganacls. Really excited to play this game. The reason is, I can't remember the last time I played. I'm pretty sure I swept him with SAWSBUCK last time we played. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. Last time we played in VDL, I'm pretty sure I swept him with SAWSBUCK. Last time we played, I lost in the PUDL on timer. In a game I would have won. 100% would have won. So I want revenge for that. But also, last time we played in the VDL before Urbor's was low tier, and I lost to him because his SAWSBUCK flinched me like 8 billion times, and I got parried twice. So we brought a good set at the end of the day, but I am here for revenge. And I'm not taking this lightly. In fact, I've lost to him twice from a SAWSBUCK. One in draft, one in a little tournament he and I were in, just with friends. But he got a SAWSBUCK, and he scar flinched me again to win. So I'm bringing the buck. But let's talk about his actual team, shall we? Great Tusk was his first round pick. Very, very good Pokemon. 131 both of its attack and defense, and then 115 HP means it's not super fair on the special side, even though it has bad special defense. With a ridiculous offensive typing and fighting and ground, and 87 speed, which is really good. You can throw a Scarf in there, you can get rapid spin boost, it is a spinner. It obviously, I believe it gets stuff like Stealth Rock, right? It does get Stealth Rock, does get Knockoff. It's just like this monster stupid. It gets Close Combat, gets Headlong Rush, gets Headlong Rush, gets Earthquake. Dude can just smack. Could be like a Choice Band set I could do this week. I really hope it's not a Choice Band set. If it's a Choice Band set, I am just not in a good spot, if I'm completely honest. I'd really like it to not be Choice Band this week, and you'll see why. If it is, whatever. We can deal with it, I'm sure. But dude just hits like a truck. And then following that is Greninja, which just pairs fantastically with it. Now, granted, we'll get to the weaknesses soon. Greninja. Really, really fast. 122 base speed, which is faster than Thundurus. Obviously, it's not faster than Deoxys, but that's ridiculously fast. And it has 2 really good abilities, and I think Greninja is probably the scariest spawn this week. One, if he wants to go Protean, if he's like mixed Protean, like Life Orb, Gunk Shot and stuff, like really hits hard. I know that seems weird, but like I can... my only real check to this Pokemon is Toxapex, because like stuff like Prim that resists both stab does not want to take Gunk Shots from that dude, like at all. I will die. Even Sludge Wave for that matter. They hit really, really hard. And then the other option, which I think is a little more scary this week, is Battle Bond, because it can be Battle Bond Gren. If he gets that super boost, stuff like Pex is taking barely less than half, and I'm not doing any damage back to him. Stuff like Dark Ball. So he could also be Specs to get the damage boost. Specs Protein's a little bit scary as well. But if he's Specs Protein, I worry about that a little bit less, because he's forced to click like a Dark Pulse or a Water Sugar or something before he's clicking a Sludge Wave. So Prem can deal with it for the most part. Latias. I don't actually think Latias has a great matchup into us. We don't have a ton of Dragon Resist, but we do have 2 good ones. Treads resists both stab and like can take Aura Spheres decently well. It is slower than Latias, but after Rapid Spin it's not, and I do have like Knockoff and Ice Spinner and stuff covered to hit Latias. And then I have Prim that can pretty much take anything that it wants to do. It can get like T-Bolt. He did sweep someone with a Stored Powered set, so I am a little bit afraid. I don't actually, maybe he didn't, but Calm Mind Stored Power is something I'm a little bit afraid of. Just a little. I think I can deal with it if it's like Agility. So that's a little freaky, but I do have a good Dark type, so maybe we can be just fine. That's just not exactly, if it's like Agility, Calm Mind, Stored Power, Aura Sphere type of thing. But I have a couple ways to beat that, I think. Maybe I just get swept, who knows. Empoleon, I do think is coming this week. It's a really annoying, bulky water and steel type that can run relatively offensively if you need it to. Has decent offensive stats. Like, it has 111. It has more special attack than Latios. What? It's more special attack than Gren. Dude, Empoleon hits like a truck. It's also super bulky. I didn't know that. That's actually crazy. It's definitely coming, and it's going to be annoying. I hope it's bulky this week, but it could be offensive and scary. Terra Captain Kilowattrel, fantastic Terra Captain. This thing really scares me because it can be any Terra. I expect it to be Terra Fairy, I think, Electric and Fairy. He does struggle to hit the treads with that, so I could see fighting as well, because flying and fighting stab into me hits everything for neutral or super effective damage, which is great. Well, it's not great, but and then the things that like could take it, like a Prim, don't want to take T-Bolt, so that dude's freaking me out a little bit, but I think I'll be fine. Again, I'd like this is the format, right? We gotta kill things before they kill us. Pheasantipity, very annoying Pokemon that I probably didn't prep enough for. It probably doesn't come this week, honestly. I have a little bit of a fairy weakness, but Iron Treads just kind of sits on that guy like all of the time. And then stuff like Dio just nukes it. Stuff like Treads nukes it, right? Hydreigon with the right coverage kills that thing. Prim like doesn't want to take Poison Jab, but like this thing dies to a Psychic or a Sparkling Aria. Maybe not. Like, it's got a decent SPDF, but I don't think it comes this week. Volk, I think, definitely comes this week. Potentially. I'd like to see it not come. But it can be scary as like a FizzDef wall. I think offensively it doesn't make a ton of sense this week. I have a handful of fire resists. And Bug, like, Prim is a really good wall. It does get, like, Giga Drain. But also I do have, like Blaziken, which kind of is, like, actually a decent wall on Default. But I could see it as, like, a FizzDef check with, like, Morning Sun, Will-O-Wisp, sub type deal. Like, that still can't super beat Blaziken. But I'm sure he'll find a way around it. Decidueye, actually, I think, also has a shout to come this game. It's a decent Mon, I guess. I don't know what I was going to say there. 107 attack and 100 special attack is pretty good. Got decent bulk and gets defog. So, like, good coverage, gets defog. It has value. Ursaring, I don't think it's coming, but it is good. 130 base attack is really, really strong, especially with 75 in both defenses and 90 HP. Throw an EV light on that dude, and he is super bulky and really hard to break down. Especially with Guts, right? He could also just run Guts Flame Orb. This is a Will-O-Wisp check, right? With Facade, dude can hit really hard if he needs to. He's just super slow, but he also gets Trailblaze, so it could come. And then Avalugg, God, if Avalugg comes, I'm in so much trouble. I don't think it's coming. I really don't think it's coming. I think Treads beats it. I think Hydreigon beats it. I think Prim beats it. I think Blaziken beats it. I think a lot of things beat it, but if it comes, I'm gonna be really upset. Because I removed a special Steel type move off of Talladega because I didn't think it was gonna come. But that's a squad. Looking at moves and stuff, he has 3 great removal options, actually. Rapid Spin and Tusk and Avalugg, and then Defog and Decidueye is really good. And then has, like, average to below average setting. Gren is his Spiker and his T-Spiker, and I don't know if he wants to bring it like that, but he could. And then Empoleon and Tusk are his rockers, but he does have a decent spin blocker in Decidueye because Iron Treads does struggle to hit that a little bit. No, I don't think a ton. I think I'll be okay. So let's talk about what we are bringing and why you're bringing it. Starting off, actually, with 2 Pokemon. We're going to start off with Roxbury, though, the Hydreigon. I know you guys saw fireworks on the screen for a minute, but we're going to start with the big Hydra here. The reason being, we are running Dragon Dance setup sweeping. And I actually think this set goes crazy. He has very little fairy resists, fairy checks in his early Pokemon. In fact, Great Tusk, Greninja before, Protean, and Latios all die to Terra Blast Fairy, which is fantastic on the physical side. Tusk can take it a little bit better, but on the special side, stuff like Latios can take it better. So see a huge fairy weakness. I was like, okay, Terra Fairy Hydreigon looks good. But the reason I went physical is because Pokemon like Empoleon and Pheasantipity and Decidueye, to an extent, can take the special fairy moves, but struggle to take the physical coverage that Hydreigon has. So we are running Terra Blast, Earthquake, U-Turn, Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance obviously set up. U-Turn to pivot. That was sub up until only a little bit ago. But I felt like I was never realistically clicking sub. And then Earthquake with the soft sand. What Earthquake with the soft sand does is that allows us to, at +1 attack, 2-hit KO some Volcaronas, not all Volcaronas. If he has leftovers, we probably won't. If he's like max HP, max defense. If he doesn't have leftovers, we will. But that's also allowing us to, here, let's see. I believe it's allowing us to Oko and Polion. We Oko max HP and Polion because of the soft sand. Without it, we don't always. At +1 attack, but I believe... okay, so if he's like 252 bold, we don't, but we do 77 and 91, you can't hit us after that. So we're hitting Empoleon way, way, way harder. That guarantees an Oko on the Pheasantipede for us. That is also a really, like, we do the same amount with Terra Blast after our Terrestrialization as we do with Earthquake on neutral Pokemon. So it's kind of like we have dual stab, Fairy and Ground, which I think is really cool. I got to put U-turn in my calc. But there are a handful of Pokemon that beat this set, specifically 3. Pheasantipede, a little bit. If it's like really, really Fizz-Def Fez, I struggle with that. If I can't get a Dragon Dance up, but I think that's fine. Really, the other 2 are Fizz-Def Volcarona, like max Fizz-Def Volk, and really Fizz-Def Decidueye. So we are bringing Firework as a lead. Now you might be saying, Matt, how does a Grass and Normal type beat a Fire and Bug type or a Grass and Ghost type? Well, we are using this as bait. We are leading this. I don't know what he's going to lead. I have no clue. If he leads Kilowattrel, I'm going to be a little bit bummed, but I think he would just go for... I don't know what he'd do. I don't think he'd go for a Hard Air Slash. If he goes for a Hard Air Slash, I'm dead. Whatever. I think I'd have to pivot around that. I don't think I could risk it. But if he leads pretty much everything else, I think his dedicated switch in the SAWSBUCK is going to be one of a Volcarona or Decidueye. The reason I think he switches in right away is because he doesn't think I'm going to be physical Hydreigon. He thinks I'm going to be special Hydreigon. So I think they're like, okay, I can use this as the physically offensive checks. And on a Sword Stance, I Sword Stance on them switching in. Normal Gem, Double Edge, Oko's Max Fizz-Def, Max HP Volcarona, which is crazy. It barely does it, and I don't do it without the Normal Gem. And I can't do it without the Sword Stance boost. But if it's like bulky Volcarona switching in, which even if it's offensive, I don't think he's going to be running max speed. I feel like that doesn't make a lot of sense to run max speed into me. Unless he's specifically trying to outspeed the SAWSBUCK, and even if he's trying to do that, I think he's going to expect me to bring Scarf SAWSBUCK and just lead it out the gate. So +2, Double Edge with Normal Gem, Oko's all Volcarona, which is crazy. Decidueye, on the other hand, can't really hit us for a lot of damage. And +2 Throat Chop, Oko's offensive Decidueye, and we outspeed all Decidueyes. And 2Ko's like really Fizz-Def with Throat Chop. And then we have High Horsepower, and that's hitting the Pheasant, that's hitting the Empoleon. Double Edge actually has a chance to Oko offensive Great Tusk, which is crazy. So after any chip, we're nuking that dude, or if he's defensive, we just do a ton. We're Okoing Latias, and that Mon can't really Oko us unless they're specs. Even with Aura Sphere, it does like 77 max if they're modest. Actually, Draco has a 25% chance to kill if they're modest, but I don't think that's happening. We can't really stay in on Gren if it's a Gren lead. But I don't know if he wants to risk us being Scarf. And then we're Okoing the Ursaring. We barely 2-ko the Avalugg, so that's the problem. Avalugg hard walls this Mon and Roxbury and kind of like the rest of this team too. So if Avalugg comes, dude, we are just screwed. I'm just gonna hope it doesn't, I think. So the game plan is lead SAWSBUCK. Sorry, this is gonna be a long team builder. That's fine. Lead SAWSBUCK, bait in the Volk or the Decidueye. I put them up here because they're annoying. Bait in the Volk or Decidueye, whichever comes as a Fizz-Def check. And then nuke it. And then from there, like, let it die and we pivot around. Outside of that, we have wall breakers to help with the Rockster Sweep late game. We have Talladega here with the Booster Energy Attack, rocking 48 HP, 252 attack, adamant, and 208 speed. We want to go as high of attack as possible so we can get the booster on it, but we are also going fast enough to... We actually don't outspeed, like, max speed Volk, which might turn out to be a problem. But I doubt that's happening. And no, we're fine. Yeah, whatever. Maybe we're not fine, but that's fine. We're two hit KOing Volk if it's bulky, which is great. And after Rapid Spin, we will. God, this is so scuffed. But Earthquake, Ground Stab, and Ice coverage hit this entire team for pretty much super effective damage. Earthquake is hitting the Grand for a lot. It's nuking the Empoleon, it's nuking the Pheasant, it's doing a lot to Volk, it's doing a lot to Earthring. Ice Spinner's doing a lot to Laddie, a lot to Tusk, a lot to Kilo. If I'm able to get a Rapid Spin speed boost, it means I'm outspeeding everything unless they're Scarfed, which is fantastic. And with the booster attack, I'm just doing a ton of damage. So the goal is kind of get treads in, click a Rapid Spin or just attack button, or click a sub on a switch would be really cool. If I'm in against like an Empoleon, if I get in for free, no chances dude stays in, he probably goes out into Great Tusk. I can click a sub. Maybe he goes into Latias trying to take the Ice Spinner. I can go for a sub and then like choose the move to hit after that. I had Steel Beam on here for the Avalugg at some point, but I took it off for a sub because I really liked it here. Taldega's kind of going to come in, click a bunch of buttons to die, which I think is really cool. Next, we got Dead Zeppelin the return. Was so close to doing really well against Niv. Didn't make it happen. To bring a kind of similar set, not really, we'll see. We are Weakness Policy Unburden, specifically to switch in to Great Tusk. We have 96 defense, which means we always, 100% of the time, as long as there's not Stealth Rocks up, which so we do need to deal with Stealth Rock early. Not worried about spikes or anything, but we can't super let Empoleon get a Stealth Rock up. I actually don't mind switching Iron Treads hard into Empoleon, even if he's like super offensive. Actually, no, if he's offensive, I will just up and die to a Surf, so I can't really do that. Never mind. Yeah, well, we'll see. I can't really let Rocks get up. However, if they don't, we're switching into Great Tusk. We have enough defense to always live a max attack Adamant knockoff. Or an Ice Burn, but it'll be knockoff. So we can switch in. We're immune to the Headlong Wrench in the close combat. We can take the knockoff always as long as he's not banded. We can live on 1 HP. Our Weakness Policy pops. We get +2/+2. And then our Burden pops again. We get +2 again. And then we can Strength Sap. We can actually Strength Sap until he's -6 attack, and he can never kill us unless it's crit, which is fantastic. The 1 Strength Sap brings us high enough to where at -1 he can't kill me with an Ice Spinner, and then we can do it again to get up to 50%, which is great. Offensively, we have Air Slash and Shadow Ball. Those are the main two. Air Slash OHKOs the Great Tusk at +2, does a ton to the Grand. Shadow Ball for the Laddie, probably Shadow Ball for the Kilo. Pheasantipity can probably take a couple hits, but isn't doing a ton back to us. Volk and Decidueye and Earthring and Avalugg don't want to take Air Slashes. And then we do have Thunderbolt. I was Calm Mind originally, but I felt like I couldn't get off a lot of Calm Mind safely. And T-Bolt does allow us to OHKO the Grand and the Empoleon without having to risk Air Slash misses, which is super nice there. Next, we got Strawberry and the Prim. These last 2 months I wasn't entirely sure on, if I'm completely honest. I felt like they were like iffy, felt like they had potential, and I think these two, it's Prim and Dio. I felt like these were the right two to bring, but I wasn't sure the sets. But I think this one is at least definitely right on Prim. If we are just 4 attack, max CP, max special attack, Moonblast, Psychic, Sparkle, Area, Flip Turn. Moonblast is hitting a ton of stuff. Like, we don't really hit the Empoleon with the set, which is annoying, but we can't Flip Turn on that guy. Empoleon's pretty much a guaranteed switch into this, but I can, if I Flip Turn on Empoleon coming in, I can go into the Talladega and threaten that out and click a sub, which is cool. But Moonblast hits pretty much everything but Empoleon and Pheasantipity. Psychic hits the Pheasantipity, Sparkling Ray hits the Volcarona. It's a pretty simple set. But we are Kebiaberry, and you might be like, Matt, why are you Kebiaberry? It's really only a Pheasantipity that scares you. What is he for? 5, 7, 8? Oh, there's 2 Empoleons here. That's weird. True. Pheasantipity is not where we have it. We have it for Gunk Shot Gren. Gunk Shot Gren gets really, really scary if he's Protean. However, or Sludge Wave. However, the Kebiaberry means we will always live 1, and if he's a poison type, we can nuke that dude with Psychic, which is really cool. And if he's not a poison type, and he is Battle Bond, we just immediately kill that guy with Moonblast, which is awesome. Finally, Gumby. We are bringing finally support Dio. This is kind of also for the Gren, but a little bit for the Latias too. We are screens a Gumby with max HP, max Spadef. Light Screen and Reflect with the Light Clay allows us to take stored power at hits from Latias, allows us to take Dark Pulses from the Greninja. We have Knockoff to hit the Latias, but also just to kind of be helpful and get like remove items here, and then hopefully we have the extreme speed here. This was Drain Punch for the Gren originally, but if he is Battle Bond, he can just outspeed me, so I didn't find it super valuable. Or if he is Protean and has already turned into a Poison type, now he's not going to stay in because he knows I'm a Psychic type, but I don't have Psychic Stab. End of the day, I felt like Extreme Speed was a little bit more value because it means I'm doing like not a ton, but I'm doing like let's see, hold on. I'm doing like 30% to Greninja. I'm doing 35% to Kilo. I'm doing like 20% to Latias. So if they get low enough, I can pick off a kill, hopefully late game, and just clean up there. Dia's probably going to be used mid game. My assumption is I'm actually going to use the Firework, the Talladega, the Dead Zeppelin, all before Dio even hits the field. Once Dio hits the field, I get some screens up. I get late game screens to allow for the Rock Spray Sweep. That's it. Longest team builder in the friggin' planet. I was supposed to play half an hour ago, but my opponent's not here, so I'll see you guys soon. Peace out, y'all. Hello, everybody. Monitor and output. Okay, we are finally here. Dude made me wait so long, and he's gonna get slack for it. We're like 2 hours later, and he didn't even make the comp. I don't even care. No Volk, so that's fine. That means SAWSBUCK has much less of a job here. I know for a fact that he's Protean Greninja, which is good to know. Dude, let's bump these tunes like a little bit. I know he's Protean Greninja because he was telling me he was having trouble genning it. What do we do? So we don't see Volk, fine. We don't see Pheasant, good. And then no Ursaring and Avalanche, so great. I also know that he's Terra Water. On the Kilowattrel, which honestly scares me a little bit. It does. Just a teeny bit. That means he is very much able to hit the treads, but I kind of knew that was possible. I guess it doesn't really scare me that much. This audio sounds weird. Maybe it is too loud. Oh, this audio is weird. Hopefully I sound okay. If I don't sound okay, then I guess I'm just screwed. Alright, well this dude ain't staying in. On me, I don't think. I think I just straight up Sword Stance again. I could just go for the double edge. How much am I doing? Dude, this is a raw double edge. Like 50%. What are the odds he stays in the CCs me? Nice. Very low, apparently. Let's make sure I'm recording it. Goes into the Sidrai. Fantastic. This is exactly the lead we want to happen. Okay. Audio definitely does sound weird, by the way. Sorry, I do apologize if the game audio sounds strange. We go for Throat Chop. This should 2-ko and Oko's offensive. And it should always be faster. My heart is racing a little bit. That's kind of funny. Why does this sound so weird? Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just losing it. It looks like everything sounds okay, and it is the microphone. I'm gonna... Okay, I'll cut that out maybe. Sorry if that was just so loud for no reason. He doesn't know what to do here. He's afraid. He's terrified. He's got chills, and they are multiplying. Come on, big man. Okay, so he's Colbur, so no item anymore. So this will kill. Goes for the knock. He knocks up my normal gem, whatever. So I can just click this again, realistically. Nothing wants to come in and take this. And if it's a Tusk, I'm faster. Which is great. So, we did see knock on the Desige. So I should probably write that down. But this is awesome for the Hydreigon here. Oh, and I love that he's not Terra Steel or Terra Poison Kilowattrel. I guess that's not a problem because I have the EQ too. But yeah, and Terra Fire too. Okay, I guess that's why Fairy and yeah. So Saws kills Decid, and SAWSBUCK has done his job. So our plan went absolutely perfectly. At this point in time, which is fantastic to see. I sound like Uzi saying that. Do you guys watch Uzi? You should. He's really funny. And he's very talented. I like him. Thank you for putting in the live battle stall. I appreciate that. So what does he go into here? Like, he could go into the Emp, but he doesn't want to take hits. He could go into Tusk, be slower. Could go into the Latios. But he risks missing a couple hits, and even then, he goes into the Kilowattrel. So this probably just wants to click a Air Slash on me. I don't necessarily have anything to switch in, and I've done my job. So if he misses an Air Slash or a Hurricane, great, I get the kill. How much? Actually, I'm at 190. Hold on. Actually, Air Slash, he needs to be modest to kill me. Oh, and even then. Oh, that's behind a light screen. No, I'm just dead always. I'm just dead always. Is there any reason to save this guy? He is Terra Water. So, like, I have very little I can switch in. I guess I can go just Raw Hydreigon. I think what I do is I just double edge on an Air Slash right here. He just goes for a Raw Hurricane. Respect. Kilo kills Saws. And that's fine, though. SAWSBUCK had one job and he did his job. So what do we go into now? I can go into the Gumby. I can get a little light screen off. Which I think is what I'm going to do. I could also just go into the Rock Spray here. Actually, I do have a handful of options. Because I could also just go Straw Ban. But I think Gumby is the play. I think I want to get up a little light screen. He doesn't have very many ways to deal with that. He can go right into the Empoleon. But that's okay because I can pretty much go into the Tusk on that. I click a light screen here. This is right. No nicknames. Tragic. And no Terra yet. So he wants that Earthquake immunity. Goes into the Latios. Okay, this makes me think this is a Calm Mind Sport Power. With Aura Sphere or something like that. And that scares me. So I am just going to go for a raw knockoff. I do have light screen up. Did you say something, Bug? Okay. Okay, so he's also Cobra Berry. So respect that. And he goes for a T-Wave. Okay, so cool. So this is not necessarily something I'm worried about in the slightest. Am I outspeeding Kilowattrel at +1 with Iron Treads? Listen, I am, but I don't trust that he's not Scarf. Terra Blast Water. Oh, I am behind a light screen. I think I go Treads here behind a light screen. He could just go, because I don't think he can go into the Tusk. I think this is a play. I think I pop Treads now. And we know that this is Thunder Wave. The booster attack is up. He could switch. Goes for the Shadow Ball, so that's not going to do a ton behind a light screen. Down to 285. So that did around 15%. Shadow Ball. Yeah, so okay, that looks like it's not super offensive, but relatively offensive. I do switch here. No, I do sub here, I think. I do sub, because I don't think this guy stays in. I think he almost has to switch. You know what? He stays in and clicks Aura Sphere. I'm fine. The sub allows me to cover for the Kilo switch. And then... Oh, actually, Rapid Spin does more than Ice Burner, which is kind of hilarious under the Kilowattrel. And I'm behind a light screen, so he needs to... Like I'm good. I'm behind a many turns of the light screen. Okay, so we make the right call going for the sub. What does he do? Does he go into... He goes into the Gren. So that's cool with me. Gren's obviously faster than I am. However, Gren dies to an Earthquake. Especially because I do believe he's Battle Bond. So I just click a raw Earthquake right now. He could be physical, is what I'm looking at, to be fair. If he's... Yeah, he could be physical. He could also just go into the Kilo. I'm kind of okay if he just needs to switch around to take hits, because I can just Ice Spinner on the next turn. I keep my my sub up. So I'm feeling relatively strong, right, in this position. Yeah, wow, SAWSBUCK plan just worked to a frickin' T. I do wish I could have double-edged him, but that would have been really funny. And no item on the laddie means it's not storage price. So he goes for the water shuriken. He's not outgoing me. Even then, I think, yeah, he needs multiple hits to break the sub. So you can only hit me one more time here and it's through a light screen. I believe that's how water shuriken works, maybe. Maybe it's not. Yeah, I'm good. It's 3 times. Cool. And I believe I kill here. And he's life orb. I definitely kill here. Right? Let's make sure. Nice. Treads. Kills Gren. Prim can come out very comfortably now. I don't super care if I lose my item. I'm still behind a light screen. I am like at 50%. Call it 45%. So if he's okay, so Kilowatts does kill me with a Terra Blast Water here. Treads has absolutely done its job. It's killed Gren, which was one of the biggest threats to us. So having that dude gone, I'm feeling freaking sweet right now. I think he needs to go Kilo. I think. Why is? Yeah, Terra Blast should always kill. Let's see how much I'm at. I'm at 159. So it's about a 60% chance to kill if he's timid. If he's modest, it's a guaranteed kill. I don't have a great sub. I am behind a light screen for 3 more turns. I can kind of go into Prim here. I kind of value Treads, I think, a little bit still. And at least I do force a Terra here. No, I think I'm gonna go Prim. I think I'm gonna keep Treads. It feels like the right call right now. He can still get up rocks, so I still want the spin available. And I think he's going for the Terra Blast Water here. I think he has to. Gotta quiet down a little bit. So he used the Terra Water, we did know that. I bet you it's Thunderbolt. Oh, it's Hurricane, not Air Slash. So Terra Blast, let's see how much this does. This should do, like, not a lot to me. 6 to 8. So down to 335. Hopefully the audio is not messed up for you guys, but I do apologize for this. Oh. That almost seemed like it fixed it. So 335, that did 8%, so that's not modest. I think it is flip turn here. I don't think he stays in. I think he could go for a Thunderbolt. But I have a free enough slow flip right now. So he goes for the Volt Switch, so I get momentum. I'm down to 211. That did a lot, actually, to me. But that's fine. He goes in the Empoleon, so I got a flip turn. Right back out into that. Great Tusk, my guy. Great Tusk? You know what I meant to say. I could also just go into the Hydreigon. No, I can't go into the Hydreigon. Oh, I could go into the Hydreigon. I could go Hydra and just DD right now. Yo? That's almost a play. What's he doing to me? He could, like, Ice Beam me, which will hurt a little bit. Yeah, no, I think I save Hydra still. I think I just go Talladega right now. And what I can do is I want to click Rapid Spin. Right now is what I want to do. So I get a speed boost and then hit the Kilo and find out if that guy is scarfed. Do I think Empoleon stays in? And do I think it has enough special attack to kill me with a Surf? Because if it's no special attack, I live most of the time. So I think I go for a Rapid Spin right now. On is Empoleon switching out. If he attacks me, I get a little bit more chip on him. Actually, Flip Turn did what, 5, 6, 7, 8%. Let's see if I learn anything from that. Oh, he is offensive. He's offensive. He does not want to stay in. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's offensive. That's good to know. Maybe I should have just attacked him. I think it's deciding whether to switch or not. I think he's going to go... maybe he's staying in. He stayed in. Good play. see what it does here. Oh, he goes for his own flip turn. That shouldn't kill. Down to 57. Fantastic. So I'm at 17%, but I am +1 speed, which means I'm outspeeding his entire team, except for Scarf users, which is great. So we're going to find out if things are scarfed. And we know Empoleon has flip turn. That wasn't a great Tusk. Respect that play. My light screen has finally worn off. I am just going to go for an Ice Spinner into him. Let's get some chippies, right? Let's get some little chips. Some big chip. We know that he's not going to be Scarf. We do a good amount. He's offensive. And he goes for the knock. Tusk kills Treads. That chip means Hydreigon is good. So what do I do now? Do I go, like I could have gone into Zeppelin there. Maybe that's what I should have done. But I guess I can go into Prim right now. I shouldn't necessarily... Oh, I guess I do just die to a Headlong Rush. I guess I go Roxbury. And I go Terra. Maybe this is... or, no, I'll just... Well, actually, I am paralyzed. But he shouldn't kill me with anything. Even a knockoff, I actually live, guaranteed, which is kind of crazy. And I can go for a Reflect. No, I think I want to keep this guy around. I think I can... Yeah, no, I'll just go Roxbury and click a DD. I gotta make sure I Terra, though. I think this is the right play. Terastallize into a Dragon Dance. And try and go for the sweep right now. Because, yeah, he switches out. But into what? Into the Empoleon. I'm +1 attack, and I think he's offensive. So an Earthquake just nukes this man. If he's not offensive, he's not offensive. But even, like, he has to be... Even, I kill max HP. So he has to have a lot of defense EVs, too. And he's not even at full. 252, let's see, Bold. Look at Bold. And he's at... Oh, yeah, I should always kill. I do 77. So, okay, it's a roll if he's, like, max defense. So we're just clicking EQ here. I actually think I can pick up 4 kills right now. It's going to depend on the damage roll from the Kilowatts roll. Oh, he's Shuka. Okay, fine. I don't think I necessarily died to a Flash Cannon, though, in one hit. We'll see. I'd really like to not die. He's just... Oh, and he's Roar. Okay, fine with me, dude. I can always get back into that guy. But who does he go into? It's a problem. It's a problem. Drifloon? Okay, I actually think I just stay in. I think I just stay in. And I should be faster than him. Actually, I'd probably not. I could be faster than him and just get a kill. Like, right? I think that's the play. Just click T-Bolt. I can't Calm Mind. I can't do really any other option. He can go to the Great Tusk. I'm feeling pretty good. The Kilowatts is what scares me, but yeah, okay, so great. So Blim kills Emp. He definitely just goes into the Kilowatts roll here and clicks Thunderbolt. What do I do? Do I go into Prim? Do I go into Dio? Because here's the thing, if he clicks Volt Switch right now, I don't die. But I still think Drifloon actually can be a win con here, depending on if this guy is Scarfed. So, I think I just... Prim is good if I can get it in against a Lottie. Do I really need Gumby? Like, really thinking about it, do I need him? I'll go Gumby here, because I've got a lot of Spadef. So I'll live a hit, and then I can click and move. And if he clicks Volt Switch, oh well. Good play, really. But even then, like, he doesn't have a lot of options here. If he clicks Volt. Okay, so he clicks Volt. I should have stayed in, unfortunate. Let's just see. Okay, down to 210, I think. Was that was? So that did about 31%. Interesting. He, I think, has to be modest He is modest. He's not timid, so that's very good to know. So it goes into Latias. I do think I can just go straight into the Prim here. I don't really know what this guy's going to do to me, but click Psychic like twice. And even then, oh, I guess it could be a 2-co. I guess Psychic is a 2-co, yeah. Goes for the Shadow Ball. Let's see what I end up at. 151. Nice number. So I should always live a Psychic. Right now I can just blast off a Moonblast here, and let's just rock it. Let's rock the house down. So he just hard switches. What does he do? Does he sack the Tusk? Or does he sack the Kilo? He sacks the Tusk. Okay. So, respect it. Prim kills Tusk. And what he probably does now is goes into the Kilowattrel, clicks a Thunderbolt. I think my decision is staying and click Moonblast. Really, that's what I think it is. I don't think I need to preserve this mon at all. I'll die to pretty much anything here. Unless he goes, and I'll probably even die to a Hurricane. So Prim is dead. Just that's if he's modest, but I think he has to be modest, which is good to know. That just worries me that he's modest specs. He could. No, he's not specs. He's not specs. We know that. We know that. I think he's just modest. I think he's modest Scarf. Is what he is. Which does mean I can't live a Thunderbolt with him, unfortunately. So he goes for the Volt. Kilo kills Prim. What I can, as long as he's not like OHKOing me with a Hurricane. What I think I can do though is just go straight into the Hydra. Because what is this? What is, I guess Latias does hurt me with like a Psychic. But I could also just go into the Drifloon now and try and eat up a Shadow Ball. Maybe I just do that. Maybe I should go Drifloon now. Like, I don't really want to take a Draco from this guy, but we've seen T-Wave Psychic Shadow Ball. Yeah, like a Draco hurts, but I can always go into the Hydra after. So let's see what he wants to do. Heal. I will just click a Shadow Ball straight up. I'd love if you just wanted to go into the Kilo. Hard. But I won't die to anything. I won't even die to a Draco. I'd like him to click Shadow Ball to activate my weakness policy. Odds of that happening, I think, are low. Oh, I'm faster than him. Yo. What did he do? Oh, nice. Okay, I think we just picked it up. Depending on if this kills. Oh, yeah. I think we just picked up this Dubskis. Which is awesome. So we have no more item, which means we're double speed, double special attack, double attack. Which means we're outspeeding Modest Scarf Kilo. So I think we've just picked up the game, ladies and gents. Boys and girls, people of all kinds. Rad. Hydra didn't even do anything. Which is kind of a bummer, but that's still fine. Blim kills, what's this dude called? What's that mon? Latias? In comes the Kilo. That would be really embarrassing if we weren't unburdened. I guess it doesn't quite matter. We are just going to click a Shadow Ball because it's 100% accurate and it should always kill if we're faster. If you're not Scarf, I'm good. If you're... Yeah, okay, so I am faster. This should pick up the kill. Fantastic. Blim kills Kilo. And I knew Blim would do well this game, man. Love it. And dude, Blim did well with that without even Tusk being there. I was redefeated CommonBoi. Sorry, Hydra. You deserved all of those kills and you got none of them. But we win 3-0. We are back to the positive record 3-2. That is awesome going into the next couple rounds because we have a decent differential. And we're playing a coach I think I can beat next week. So GG's to CommonBoi. Obviously, I'm just very happy with my prep there. I think play was okay. I think prep was better. And with that, guys, I'll catch you next week. Peace out, y'all.